Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. Okay, good morning all. Let's start. We are discussing network configuration. So I've taught how do we gather basic configuration details of the network with the help of IP address, ifconfig, NMCLI connection, and IP link command. Today, we will discuss how do we use NMCLI command for configuring machine to the network, means assigning IP address and things. Okay, I have two machines here. One is server A, second is server B. I'm on server A. I just want to assign an address to this machine. Before that, I'll just check the current status of network connection. NMCLI connection show command will tell you the current status. You might be remembering I've told you normally the default connection will be disabled, deactivated by default. You can activate it. And I just want to tell you in advance, today's session is till 8 o'clock. Reason I have one boot camp today. There are some people planning to write exams, so I have to take boot camp. Okay, so I'll take only today till 8 o'clock. From tomorrow it is till 8:30. Okay, so I have a connection here. Connection name is ENS160. And this is UUID of the connection. Type of the network technology is Ethernet, but device is not found because your connection is deactivated. That's the reason it's not showing any device. You know, what is device, what is connection? We have discussed, many times yesterday. So device is physical NIC. Device represents physical NIC. Connection is an icon which is representing physical device in machine. Clear? So we always handle the connection only. We always handle the connection. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll just give a command NMCLI connection up, and connection name is ENS160. It's a default name. Now your connection will become activated, successfully activated. Okay. Now you fire previous command again, then you can see in green color. What's the name of connection? ENS160. Name of device ENS160. Don't confuse. Okay, this is default. That's the reason it became like this. Name of the connection and name of the device, name of the connection device equal. Reason this is default. But we will be always, see here, I've mentioned in previous commands. See, in this command, I have just mentioned ENS160. This is actually the name of connection. Understanding? Name of connection. So when you're going to assign IP address to this machine, you will have to mention the connection name only. So we always use connection name. Understand? Now I'll just give a command ifconfig or IP address, any command, IP address. It's showing an address here. I've told you, please forget number 1, number 3. These two connections you please forget now. Ignore first, ignore now. Okay, look at ENS160. This is the connection we have in this machine. So connection details are available below. In this, you can see there is an IP address, IP version 4 address, and it's showing IP version 6 address, MAC address of this machine, and broadcast address of this particular network, and complete almost all details are available except gateway, preferred DNS, remaining everything's are available. And also you can see here, okay, IP address. This is actually class C address, right? Class C address. You know what is the default mask of class C? Default mask of class C is 255, 255, 255.0. We had discussed yesterday. Okay, so that is 24, means it says 32. Total length of the IP version 4 address is 32 bits. Out of 32, 24 bits are representing network, isn't it? Out of 32, 24 bits are representing network. 24 bits are representing network. Okay, look here, class C. Class C is not, okay, written here anyway. Class C case is what? You know that we have discussed already. Network, host, right? Class C is network means three network part. And network bits will be always one. I mean bits number one represent network, zero represent host. So there are three octet representing network. 3 into 8 equal to 24 bits. So 24 1 means that is a mask. Okay, so it's here. We are not mentioning case of Windows. We normally mention the mask in normal, like address like 255, 255, 255.0. And if you subnet the network, you will have to find the subnet mask and define it. But anyway, what I'm saying is, like in case of Windows, we normally assign mask in regular address, but here we are just giving in this notation. This is technically called CIDR notation, CIDR, classless interdomain routing. So that is something related to network concept, forget. Okay, so this is what details of this. Now what I want is, this machine has, okay, I didn't assign IP address to this machine manually. Okay, we have just turned on, right? I didn't show how do we assign IP address and configuration data manually. We didn't assign, but there is an IP address, right? Look here, there is an IP address, class C IP address. Okay, so this IP address is actually obtained. This machine obtained this IP address from my WAP device. I have a wireless router here. In wireless router, I have enabled DHCP service, dynamic host configuration control protocol service, and this machine obtained. When this machine was coming up, there was no IP address, okay, to this particular connection. So immediately this PC tried to locate, okay, DHCP available nearby. So it's got contact with my WAP device, wireless router, because there is DHCP enabled. Then you may ask, Ashraf, this is a virtual machine. How this virtual machine can communicate with a physical wireless router? So please try to understand, when you, okay, install VMware, okay, ESXi or VMware workstation application in your physical machine, okay, there will be a virtual bridge getting created between your physical, okay, machine and VMware technology. So there is a virtual bridge to connect these two, okay, things. So you try to understand, physical machine is connected to the, okay, physical machine is connected to the wireless router, and there is a virtual bridge between physical machine and virtual machines. So probably, okay, virtual machine can communicate with external devices, physical devices also. That is a technology. Okay, now you please try to understand. I didn't assign any address okay, I didn't give any static address. Okay, but this machine has an address, belongs to class C. If it is class B 169, we could say it is APIPA, automated private IP address, but this is not class B 169, this is class C 192. So this is actually, okay, this PC might have found or communicated with, okay, communicated with a particular, okay, device which has DHCP service. So I've told you we have, okay, wireless router here. So this IP obtained from wireless router. I'll go to next machine and check NMCLI connection. Okay, show command. So same thing here, connection is deactivated. So what I'll do is I'll just, just demand to enable it. I'll just say like ENS 160 activated, check the current status. Yes, it's activated, and check, IP address or any command. If config command also can be used. This machine also contacted, communicated, requested, obtained IP address from a DHCP server. Now what I want is, I just want to show you how do we assign IP address and configuration data to the machine manually, static. That is what I'm going to show you. So let's say like I just want to assign 190 to 168 10.1 for this machine, 10.2 for this machine, 190 to 168 10.1 here, 10.2 here. And what's a mask? Class C, probably it is 24 bits mask, right? Default is 24 bits mask. So I should, okay, give /24 while assigning. I've told you normally we assign mask in now, okay, CADR notation, not in regular, okay, subnet or default mask notation. Okay, I'll clear the screen. I'll use NMCLI command for assigning IP address and configuration data. Okay, let's say like NMCLI connection. So you can add a connection, you can remove a connection, you can modify a connection. So what we are going to do now, we just want to assign IP address and configuration data. Is it adding? No. Is it removing? No. It's modifying. So modify the connection. Connection modify. What's the connection name? ENS160. And next you have to decide whether you want to assign IP version 4 or IP version 6. So we are going to assign IP version 4 address. After that, you have to decide whether you want to request your machine to obtain IP from DHCP server or static. Okay, we just want to give static IP address. Okay, so what I'll do is IP version 4 dot method means how you are going to assign IP address to this machine, whether DHCP, link local means APIPA or static, whether you want to disable this particular connection, that's your wish. So here, if you give auto, means you're just requesting this machine to obtain IP from DHCP server. Manual means you're going to assign IP address and configuration data to this machine manually. And if you just say link local, you're just requesting this machine to take IP from APIPA range. I've told you, we have discussed yesterday APIPA or link local. And if you say disable, you're just requesting to disable this particular connection. Understanding? Okay, so I just want to give IP address manually. So manual means static, so manual. Next, I'll say like IP version 4 dot address. Since you have mentioned manual, you are supposed to assign, you are supposed to mention the IP address in this same line. Okay, so I'll give 192.168.10.1. Okay, so if you have any doubts regarding IP addressing, you must ask me. Okay, you please try to understand. Network is really an ocean. There are thousands of concepts. It's really very broad network. Look, I had a good experience in Cisco devices, Juniper devices I've used long back. Understand? So I'm okay. I believe I'm okay with complete networking concept. So that's what I'm saying. You can ask if any doubt. If it is small concept, I can out of scope. Network is really out of scope only. I have to just teach you how do we configure Linux machine to the network. So if you ask me like, some big concept, I cannot, explain because it will take time. If it is small, really, I can explain. 192.168.10.1/24. This is the IP address. And I just want to ask, and I've told you, okay, like what do you mean by configuring a machine to the network? Configuring machine to the network means assigning IP address. IP address is mandatory and it's equivalent mask. Okay, IP address and equivalent mask. And assign gateway, preferred DNS, alternate DNS, if any. Okay, what is the meaning of if any? This gateway, preferred DNS, alternate DNS addresses will not be there in every network. If your network is very small, like 10 computers, 20 computers, no chance for gateway and all. If you are private network, understanding. So I'll teach you what is gateway. We have another concept in firewall. I'll make it. Okay, you will understand gateway well. No worries about it. Okay. So now I'm just giving, I just want to show you how do we give gateway and all. Okay, so I'll just say like IP version 4 dot gateway. We don't have any gateway. When the gateway come in picture, if the networks are different. If the networks are different, there will be gateway in picture. Clear? Remaining, I'll teach later. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'll draw a diagram and explain gateway. Okay, you might be knowing it anyway. 192.168.10.100. Simply giving. We don't have any gateway. And I just want to show you how do we assign DNS address. Okay, DNS address. Okay, we don't have any DNS server here. I'm just, simply giving a one DNS address. So sometime you may have, normally in enterprises network will have really multiple DNS servers. Okay, unfortunately DNS, DHCP concepts are not there in our syllabus. That is really, it is unfortunate. Okay, because DNS, DHCP should be there. That is, basic networking concept that is not there in syllabus. So please try to understand it. Okay, check the syllabus also. Okay, so let me tell you DHCP. What is DHCP? DHCP is a type of service. It's type of service available in operating system as well as in some other devices also. Devices means in routers DHCP is available. Most of the firewall DHCP is available. Most of the wireless routers which we use or WAP device, wireless access point devices also contain DHCP. And DHCP is available in the form of third-party application also. Okay, please try to understand it. Okay, so DHCP is just a service which will assign IP address and configuration data to the requesting clients automatically. Requesting client automatically, that is DHCP. Okay, I've told you yesterday there is really 8 hours discussion about DHCP in Windows. Linux also we can, almost is okay, 4 minimum 5 hours discussion we have. But unfortunate we don't have DHCP in our syllabus. Next service we always use in Office is DNS. Okay, see, there is no network without DHCP DNS really. In most of the enterprises network, Office network, we use really DHCP and DNS. I'm not saying they are using Windows DHCP or Windows DNS or Linux DHCPs are available. DHCP and DNS services are available in variety of forms. It's available in operating system. It's available in some other network devices like wireless routers, firewall, normal commercial routers, and also it's available in the form of what applications. Understanding applications. Okay, so normally DNS. Let me tell you something about DNS. DNS is actually a sub-protocol of TCP. Port number is 53. You might be knowing it. 53 stands for Domain Naming Service. It's actually used to resolve alphanumeric name to IP, vice versa. It is used to resolve alphanumeric name to IP, vice versa. Let me tell you one example. Just, because we don't have DNS in syllabus, so let me just tell something to understand. Imagine you have 10,000 computers in your organization network, and computers' names are in sequence. Maybe like in sequence like sys1, sys2, sys3, sys4, sys100, sys1000, sys10,000, example. And in this case, you cannot assign IP address and configuration data to every 10,000 machine manually because there is a chance for duplicate, conflict, so many problems. So you have decided to assign IP address and configuration data with the help of a DHCP server. You have already configured a DHCP server and machine already obtained, and machines are obtained IP address from the DHCP server. Now every machine got an IP address and configuration data from DHCP server. And also please try to understand DHCP server is not assigning or providing or is assigning IP address in sequence. Okay, which machine request is reaching the DHCP server first? For that, it will give the available IP from the pool. So it's not distributing IP address in sequence like first IP, second IP, third IP. It's not like that. First machine may get last IP, last machine may get first IP. Understanding? So no one can guess, no one can, tell what would be the IP address of a particular machine. Condition apply because you have IP reservation facility also. Okay. What I'm saying is, you see, machine names are in sequence and we can easily remember the names, right? Sys1, Sys2, Sys3, so okay, machine names. But just imagine about a IP address. Can you remember? Can you memorize the IP address of multiple machine? Even we are not able to remember or memorize our contact number, right? Understanding? So we cannot remember IP address of multiple machine. That is impossible. To happen the communication, what we need? Okay, what machine need IP address? What we need? Okay, machine name, because we are very weak in memorizing number. We are very weak in memorizing number, so I cannot memorize IP address of multiple computers. I cannot remember IP address of multiple computers. But I can remember, I can try to remember names of machine. It's like you can't remember contact number of your friends, but you can remember their names, right? Gradually. You can study their name gradually. So like that. So here the problem is You have configured 10,000 computers in a network. Do you think computers will communicate simply themselves? No, we are making them communicate, right? We are making them communicate. We are requesting, you are requesting your machine to request Facebook server to show the web page. Okay, your machine will not simply, communicate and say, right? So what I'm saying is, we have configured multiple computers in a network, and computers will not be communicating themselves. We are making them communicate. That is the problem. We are making them communicate is the problem. What? If I want to, request my machine to communicate with a particular machine in my office, I will use what machine name because I'm okay with machine name. I can't remember IP address. Or also in DHCP environment, IP address of a machine may change. Today IP address is 10.1, tomorrow IP address may be something different. Something different. There's a chance. Understanding. So then can you remember today IP address is tomorrow IP address again memorize. Is it but name never change, right? Okay, so like example. Okay, example Praveen. Praveen may change his contact number tomorrow because now he's using Airtel, but Geo is giving good offer, so he will change. We have MNP now, mobile, okay, number portability. This is an example I'm saying. Okay, so what I'm saying, his name never changed, Praveen only, but contact number may change. So like that, name of the machine never changed. Sys1 only, Sys2 only, until you change it. But IP address may change. There's a chance. So there is no point of remembering a particular IP of a particular machine. Understanding? So in this case, okay, human, we always use machine name. So from my machine, I'm just typing, okay, ping to sys 100, SYS 100. If my machine want to, okay, ping to or communicate with system 100, my machine should know the IP address of system 100. But what I type here, ping sys 100. My machine cannot communicate with the, okay, sys 100 until this, okay, my machine knows the IP address of it. So to know that, to get the IP address, what my machine will do is it will check is there any DNS. Okay, I'm just saying roughly, is there any DNS server? That is a actually root, like it will search in resolver cache. Resolver cache is couldn't, okay, if couldn't resolve, it will check in host file. Couldn't resolve, it will check is there any preferred DNS, and preferred DNS couldn't do that, then it will check is there any alternate. This is a way, forget. So what will happen is my machine will first check is there any DNS server. I know means machine knows, yes, there is a DNS server. So my machine will contact DNS server and say, okay, please, do you know what is an IP address of system 100? Okay, my user is asking. So what will happen? That DNS server will just revert, yes, I know. If don't know, don't know. Suppose DNS knows, then it will revert, yes, IP address of system 100 is so and so. So now my machine came to know what is an IP address of system 100. Now my machine can communicate with system 100. I'll get the reply. This is the background process. So what I'm saying is DNS is name resolving system. DNS is a service used to resolve alphanumeric name to IP address, vice versa. Understanding? So DNS also really, concept of, you can ask any Windows users. It's a concept, in normally we teach for 8 to 9 hours. It's really very big topic, DNS. Interesting in case of Windows, but it's boring in Linux because we have to work on configuration files. It's not easy. Understand? You will have to study so many, you have to memorize so many keys like settings and values, understanding. But in case of Windows, very easy, like zones creation, like forward lookup zone, reverse lookup zone, and resource record creation, like host record, PTR record, okay, CNAME record, MX record, and NEST record. Like this record should be created, and there are different types of, like queries, like recursive query, iterative query. That's really interesting. Okay, anyway, now we have only one DNS. I'll just enter. We have assigned IP address and configuration data. What's IP address? 10.1. Gateway 10.100. DNS 10.200. Now what I'll do is I'll just say like IP address again and check whether new IP address is visible or not. Look here, it's showing again old IP address. It's not showing new IP address. What's a new IP address? We have assigned 10.1, but it's showing again old IP address only. That means old IP address is the address which this machine obtained from DHCP server, DHCP service. Understanding? Okay, now please try to understand, after assigning an IP address, you are supposed to refresh the network. After assigning IP address, you are supposed to refresh the network. To refresh network, we use NMCLI. Okay, networking off command, networking on command. Then probably you may have a question, Ashraf, when you turn off, there will be a, okay, downtime. Yes, there will be a downtime. Do you think we always, change the IP address? We always assign the IP address? No. This is actually initial work rate, initial. At the time of first deployment, we assign IP address, and that IP, if you are assigning manually, okay, and that will be, okay, for long time, long run, understanding. So I have to just, turned on. Now after that, you just give again our previous command, connection show command, connection show. Oh, it's disabled. I mean deactivated, deactivated. Okay, so I have to activate again. So what I'll do is I'll just give connection up ENS 160. Then it will be activated. Check again, connection show activated. So you please try to understand, when you turn off, turn on, okay, your connection will be deactivated. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll just give my IP address command again. Yes, it's showing the IP what we have assigned. Then you may have a question and stuff. We have assigned IP address and configuration data. Configuration data is not visible here, right? Yes. NMCLI connection show command will not, IP address command will not show you the gateway and preferred DNS address. To view that, you have to use another command, that is NMCLI. And NMCLI device show command should be used. Look here. So here, device name ENS160, type of technology Ethernet, hardware address means MAC address, and this is MTU, and this is a band, and this is a connection name. Look here, IP address is this, and this is gateway, and showing DNS address here. Clear? And there are multiple connection, right? Loop, back, virtual bridge. I've told you initially, you have to just forget these two, ignore these two now. Okay, look here. Okay, and I'll just, okay, and please wait for a minute, getting a call. Okay, thank you. So we have assigned, this is how we assign IP address and configuration data to the machine by using NMCLI command. So I'll just go, okay, go to server B. I'll try to assign here. NMCLI connection modify. Okay, connection name ENS160. That is default. We didn't rename, right? We can rename. I'll tell you how do we rename. Name of the connection, name of the device, everything we can rename. Please wait. I'll just say like whether IP version 4 or IP version 6, IP version 4 dot method. Okay, I'll say manual because I want to assign manually IP version 4 dot addresses. I'll assign only IP address here. Okay, no gateway, no DNS. I've assigned for first machine just to show how do we assign. Okay, now I'll say like 192.168.10.2/24. That's all. Now NMCLI networking, okay, off, NMCLI networking on, NMCLI up, and connection name, sorry, NMCLI connection up, connection name is what? ENS, right? ENS160. Okay, now check IP address showing 192.168.10.2. Clear. So we have assigned 192.168.10.1 to this machine, 10.2 to this machine, and also understood how to request, how to set up your machine to obtain IP from DHCP. Okay, so that is just you have to give what IP version 4 dot IP version or IP version 6 dot method equal to auto. That's all. Okay, auto means you're requesting a machine to obtain IP address and configuration data from the available DHCP server. That's it. Okay, now what I'll do is I'm on server B. I'll just try to ping to server A. What's IP address of server A? 192.168.10.1.
Ashraf sir, one question.
Yeah.
So when we make it IPv4.auto, so it will take the IP address from DHCP server, right?
Hello?
Am I audible?
Yeah, audible. Please.
Yeah. So when we make it IPv4.method as auto, it will take the IP address from the DHCP server, right?
Yes.
So how the system will understand which is the DHCP server?
Okay. That means you are asking me to explain DHCP process. There is something called DORA process.
Okay.
Understand? That is not simple thing. Okay, I'll tell you. Look here. There is something called DORA process. DORA stands for DHCP discover, DHCP offer, DHCP request, DHCP acknowledgement. That is D discover, O offer, R request, A acknowledgement. So through this process, your machine can locate DHCP server. So then you may ask like, okay, I am not going to explain complete process. I need 1 hour for explaining the complete process because I have to draw diagram, I have to explain, I have to make one DHCP, I should explain about DHCP pool. It's a big thing, understand? So anyway, I'll tell you, let's say example. You have a window, okay, we can discuss in Windows precise, then you can easily understand. Okay, look here, I'll just come back to this and I'll open ncpa.cpl here so you can easily understand. Look here, question is good, but there are a lot of things to be explained as an answer, but I'm just going to tell you in brief. Example, this is my, okay, imagine this is my NIC cable. Okay, here it shows cable is not connected, but imagine cable is connected and I'm not assigning IP address manually. Okay, I'll say like obtain IP address version for C, obtain IP version for, I mean IP address automatically. So this is okay, IP address automatically, obtain DNS automatically. This is the status of this machine. Example, this machine is available in a network, large network where a DHCP server is available. So what will happen is when you turn on this machine, okay, after turning on, okay, after loading an operating system, this machine can identify, it can sense, yes, I have network connection because cable is connected, signal will be coming through the cable. So this machine can sense, it can sense, yes, I'm in a network. So it will just check, is there any address given by administrator? No. What administrator is asking? Obtain IP address, obtain DNS address automatically. immediately, okay, this machine has a service, services.msc. Oh, that's what I said. There are a lot of things to be discussed. Okay, services.msc. You can see in every Linux and Windows machine, one service will be running in background. Service name is DHCP client. DHCP client. It's default. So you please try to understand every operating system machines are DHCP client by default. Every mobile, other handheld devices or IoT devices are DHCP client by default. That you have to believe blindly. Understanding. So in this case, I can show, but in some cases, I cannot show the client service, but you must, try to trust it. You must, try to understand, believe it. There is, what DHCP client. All devices are DHCP client by default. If device support network, if a device supporting network, probably that will have DHCP client service. So what will happen is DHCP client service of this machine, DHCP client service of this machine will become active, and it will just send a discover packet, DORA discover packet. Okay, it's a broadcast packet because my machine don't know which is a DHCP server in this network, which machine is DHCP server in network. There are thousands of computers. Okay, so my machine will just broadcast, what? A packet. Then you may have a stuff. Broadcasting means what? Network communication. You mean your computer is broadcasting a packet before obtaining an IP address? How it is possible? So you will ask a lot of questions like this. Then I have to give answer for everything. It will take 1 hour. Now you try to understand. Okay, it will just send a packet called discover, that is broadcast with the help of UDP protocol, not a TCP protocol. UTP broadcast. So what will happen is broadcast packet will reach in maximum computers. Okay, so you have 1 or 2 DHCP server. For example, there is one DHCP server that will say that also will, client machine also receive packet. So what's the question? Are you a DHCP server? Your broadcast packet contain a question. What's the question? Are you a DHCP server? So what client computers will discard the packet, right? Because they are not DHCP. So probably the DHCP server will say, oh, I'm DHCP. Yes, it will say I'm DHCP server. And what's the question? Can I have IP address and configuration data? If you are DHCP, can I have IP address and configuration data? This is the question in, D, discover. So what will happen? DHCP server will revert offer. Okay, it will say yes, this is IP address and configuration data available. Check, is it enough? I'm just saying how do we talk? Okay, just to understand. This is machine communication, but I'm just saying in how do we talk like that. So what will happen is, okay, offer packet will receive by the client, then client will send a request packet again. Okay, after that what will happen? Lease time will start. Lease time. Okay, so you try to understand a DHCP server is providing, assigning IP address and configuration data to a particular machine for particular lease duration. It's like house owner is giving a house, okay, rent or lease for a particular lease, okay, duration, right? Maybe 1 hour. After 1 year you have to, 1 year, you after a year you have to, okay, renew the agreement. Then while renewing, they will increase the, okay, rent or advance or something. So same thing. Understand? This is the process that is called DORA process. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't explain completely. It will take long time. I think you have got it. Okay. So that
Yeah.
is, yeah, that is how a DHCP client machine. So DHCP client, port number is 68, server is 67. Okay, so DHCP server communicate through port number 67. DHCP client communicate through port number 68. DHCP communicate through port number 53. Okay, port number should be, okay, by hearted. It's really frequently asking interview question. Okay, now, uh, okay, so this is how DHCP, I mean like a client computer find a locate a DHCP server. Okay. So now we have, like I just want to check whether these two computers are communicating or not. We have assigned IP address and IP address, right? So I'm on server B, IP address of server B is 10.2, and I'm trying to ping to server A, IP is 10.1. I'll just enter Yes, I'm getting reply. See, it's okay. It's actually, like what is a continuous ping. See, packet is keep receiving. What in case of Windows, only 4 packets we get, 4 packets. So this is continuous. So for what purpose we use, continuous ping, just to check whether the network is flapping, loose connection. Understanding? So here I'll just, the network is not flapping. So if you want to ping with particular number of count, you can just give -c for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, understanding. So that's possible. And also I just want to tell you something about this replay. Look at this, 64 bytes from so-and-so machine, ICMP protocol sequence number 1, TTL, time to live 64, time 1 millisecond. Computers are nearby connected to same switch. That's the reason within 1 millisecond, 1 point something, anyway, 1 millisecond happens. Understanding? Computers are nearby connected to same switch. Understanding? Otherwise, it will take time. So when you ping to Facebook and all, sometimes you can see delay. Understanding? And here ICMP is actually a protocol. ICMP is a protocol. ICMP stands for Internet Control Message Protocol. Internet Control Message Protocol. ICMP. So this protocol is just used for checking the connectivity between services and devices. Just used to check the connectivity, whether the network is communicating or not for any other data transmission. It's not a, okay, transport service comes under, it's not a transportation service under TCP. TCP and ICMP, these are two distinct, distinct protocol. Understanding? Okay, so ICMP stands for Internet Control Message Protocol. This protocol is used to check the connectivity. This protocol has 79 types of echo messages. One message is this, what? Reply. Reply means yes, there is connection. One is this message. Sometime you will get timeout, request timeout. Sometime you get destination machine not reachable. Destination host not reachable. Sometime destination network not reachable. Like this, 79 types of messages are available. Also, different messages shows different state of your network. So this message shows yes, communicating. If it is request timeout, different. Host, destination host not reachable means destination network is reachable, but host is not reaching. Understanding? I'm able to go to example, I'm able to go from India to Russia, but I'm not able to talk to this Russian citizen like that. So I'm reaching Russia, no problem for reaching Russia. Means network is communicating. There is some issue with, what, host which is available in Russia. Maybe like you didn't set gateway on it. Understanding? So like that. Okay, sometimes you get network, destination, network not reachable. Means I'm not able to go to Russia. Understanding? I'm not able to go to another country, another network. So like this, 79 types of echo messages. Not for you, that is for network administrator. Okay, not for system admin. So this is how we check the okay. And next you may ask, Ashraf, I just want to ping with machine name. In Office we always use machine name for pinging. So machine name is server A, not pinging. It says sorry, name or service, not name or service, not. Understanding? That means, okay, service, not. Understanding? So here, we got this error because we don't have DNS server. Okay, we don't have a DNS server. Understanding? DNS server, what example? Okay, there are so many examples. Like, if you want, I'll tell you one example. BMTC bus in Bangalore. BMTC buses. BMTC bus. I'll tell you a small, example just for understanding. Like, okay, I was in I was in Bangalore from 2006. In 2006, Bangalore BMTC buses, had normal, like, uh, normal handwritten board, destination board. It was written in black or red color, and complete will be in Kannada, because initially I don't know Kannada, so we faced a lot of problems to catch bus to a particular destination, because there were some bus numbers and complete, they were even everything written in Kannada, so others cannot other state people will face problems. Understanding? So what happened, like now you can see we have, right, LED boards within board in English and including bus number. Still bus number is there. So it's like, destination name to the bus number. Okay, number to destination. So resolving, right? So, and to catch bus to a particular destination, there was no even like enquiry counter in bus stations, really. There was no earlier. I remember. Okay, there was no enquiry counters in bus station. So if you just, ask people, everybody will say, sorry, I don't know. Okay. Like we may ask, right? Like, from Jayanagar 4th block, I just want to go to Marthalli. So I'll ask, sir, do you know what's the bus number to Marthalli? Then most of the people are from out of, out of Bangalore, so they can't, um, they can't tell properly. They don't know the number. They don't know how to read Kannada. So now recently what happened, they have started, okay, they have, opened enquiry counter in bus station. Understanding? So instead of, asking people and, losing, disturbing them, you can directly go to the inquiry counter and ask, okay, what's the bus number to Marthali from 4th block? So they will tell you, yes, it is 500 example, 500. So okay, that will be correct, and you can catch 500. You can go to, okay, again after, after 10 days, again you are in, okay, Jayanagar. You want to go to Marthali. Will you ask again? No. Because you have cached. You have stored in your memory. Okay, 4th block to Marthali, bus number 500. Understanding? So same process happens here also. Name resolving. Same process. Instead of, one machine wants to know what is IP address of another machine just for communication. So if there is DHCP's DNS server, it will really ask directly from DNS server, because DNS server will have a database which contain record. What is the record? Alphanumeric name, appropriate IP. There is one record. Another record, IP address, appropriate alphanumeric name. That is a record. That's a database. Understanding? So here we don't have any DNS server, so that's the reason couldn't resolve, couldn't ping. So what I'll do is we have something called host file, that is static file. Host file, static file is available in every machine. So if you want, you can open that file and enter machine name and IP address in that. But that is really impractical if you have more computers. Just imagine 10,000 computers, and you are, approaching every machine individually and creating a record for all, okay, 10,000 computers in every machine. That's impractical. Okay, so here I'll just show you, because we don't have DNS. I'll just open /etc/host file. In this, what I'll do is I'll just add, okay, I'll say like 192.168.10 dot, okay, 1 server A. Okay, 192.168.10.2 server B. Like this you can add. Okay, so we can't add if number of computers are more. This is simply, okay, now try to ping to server A. Yes, pinging, because, okay, resolving is happening this machine itself, because we have added alphanumeric name, IP and alphanumeric name of that particular machine in host file, local host. Understanding? So this is really, okay, impossible if you have more computers. Okay, 5 or 10 computers, okay. Understand, if you have more computers, this is really not enough. We can't do, no one use this really. That's reality. No one use this. Okay, everybody, deploy DNS server. So we have learned NMCLI connection show, NMCLI connection up, NMCLI connection down, NMCLI, okay, networking off, networking on, NMCLI command for device show, NMCLI command for assigning IP address. There is one more command to finish NMCLI, that is adding new connection. Adding a new connection. Look here. How many connections we have now? We have, I'll just say like NMCLI connection show. How many connections you have now? You have only one connection. Okay, how many device you have? Device, you have only one device. What's the device name? ENS160. Connection name also ENS160. It's default. You know what? The connection means physical NIC. sorry, device means physical NIC, connection means icon which is representing this device. Understanding? So if you have Photoshop, okay, there will be an icon on desktop, that what that icon is saying, there is Photoshop in your machine. So like that. So this icon says there is NIC. So you can create multiple connections for particular device. Means you can create multiple connections for one NIC, but no use. Reason, you can attach the device to one connection at a time. You can attach the device to the one connection at a time. You can attach the device to one connection at a time. Then what's use of creating? Just for, okay, testing sake and all, we create it. Okay, when you're conducting some testing and all, we, okay, do that. So what I'll do is I'm just going to create new connection. I'm just going to create new connection. So there is one existing connection. Okay, and device is now attached to that connection. I'm going to create one more connection. Like this, you can create 32 connections for a device, but you can enable the device to one connection at a time. Then no use of other, okay, 31 connection. So just for testing sake, I'm going to create new connection by name test. How do we create? NMCLI connection, add. Last time we modified, now add connection name of the connection. I'll say, I'll give test. Okay, and okay, you have to tell what interface name, for which interface, if name, which interface means device ENS 160, right? You are creating connection for ENS 160, and you have to tell the type of network technology, Ethernet, and you have to say whether IP version 4 dot method. I'll give auto. Means what will happen? New connection will be getting created in the name of test. Okay, and network technology is what? Ethernet. Interface means device is 160, ENS 160. And IP method is what? Auto. Means we will not assign IP address manually. Let's see. Connection is generated. Give connection show again. Yes, new connection is available here. But you see, device is attached to this connection already. Okay, so if you want to attach this device to this connection, you have to disable this connection. If you want to attach this device to this connection, you have to deactivate this connection. Okay, I'm going to deactivate. Also, please try to understand, for this connection, we have assigned IP address manually. For this connection, we have obtained IP address from, we have requested to obtain IP address from DHCP. Let's see. Now you just ping to Google, ping to google.com. It's not pinging. I will not ping. Understand? Not pinging or taking time. Okay, now what I'll do is I'm just going to give NMCLI connection. Okay, connection down. Connection name is ENS 160. I'm just making this connection down. Then what will happen? This device will jump to another available connection, and that will come up automatically. Understanding? Connection down. Look here, successfully deactivated. Connection show now. Then you see test became active. So for test, we didn't assign manually, right? Okay, we set obtain IP address automatically. Probably this might have obtained an IP address from my DHCP server, means wireless router. Now check to go. Okay, ping, try to ping to Google. Yes, then pinging. So you please try to understand. I'm showing some testing kind of thing. Okay, don't misunderstand. Okay, we are creating new connection for, you know, connecting the machine to internet or something. I'm showing something, that's all. So here you try to understand. You can, okay, only one connection can be up at a time. Okay, only one connection can be up at a time. So earlier this connection was up. Okay, when I make down, what happened? Okay, that connection device jumped to the next available connection. That connection became up. This is what. Now if you want to use this, you have to make it up. Okay, I'll just make up. Okay, now check connection show. So ENS 160 is okay. I'm just showing. Okay, like this you can create multiple connection for a particular device. 32 connections. It's just for testing, really. Okay, this type of things will not be used in, you know, in a real time understanding. Okay, now here okay, NMCLI command is finishing. NMCLI command, okay, finished. Okay, we have learned so many command NMCLI, understand. And next I have to show you NMCLI command for configuring you know, IP address in interactive mode. There is something called interactive mode. Interactive NMCLI command can be used in interactive mode also. I'll show you how do we use NMCLI command for setting an IP address interactive mode. I'll just say like NMCLI connection edit. Okay, connection name example ENS160. Then look at the prompt. Okay, it's not your usual shell prompt. This is something different, right? NMCLI. You are in NMCLI prompt. You are in NMCLI prompt now. Okay. Now what I'll do is, okay, I'll just give some command here, print. Okay, print IPv4 dot address, showing existing IP address of this machine. And if you want to remove this IP, you will just give remove. Okay, IP version 4 dot address removed. Check the print. Okay, print again. It says null because we have removed. Okay, so when you are removing IP, okay, if you want to remove a particular IP, you can just mention that particular address here. Okay, remove IP version 4 dot address. Address can be mentioned here. Understand? Anyway, now I'll show you how do we set IP address. I just want to set different IP address. I'll say set IP version 4 dot address. Okay, I'll just tell the IP address here 192.168. Okay, 10.10/24 CIDR value. Okay, so it's asking, do you want to set it manually? Yes. Okay, just to type yes. Okay, next, if you want to set gateway address, set okay IPv4 dot gateway, same thing, gateway. And if you want to set DNS address, IP version 4 DNS, that's all, and give the DNS address. And finally what you have to do is you have to give save. This is not much used. Okay, I'm just showing it, that's all. Save. Okay, and quit. Okay, now what you have to check IP address command again. And what's IP address? It's showing 10.1 still, right? It's showing 10.1. Okay, but we have changed the IP address to 10.10. Reason I've told you, you have to give NMCLI networking off, networking on, and NMCLI connection up, connection name ENS160, and check IP address again. Oh, 10.10, what we have typed now. Okay, NMCLI command is finishing here. Tomorrow I'll show you NMTUI, that is matter of. Okay, from tomorrow it will be till 8:30. Okay.
Ashraf sir, how to delete a connection then?
Okay. I just want to remove this connection. Sorry. Okay, I'll just say NMCLI. Okay, connection show. There is new new connection we created, that is test. You can just give NMCLI. Okay, connection. See, if you just press your tab twice, showing all possible commands, right? Look here, add, delete, edit, export. There are so many options. Don't ask me all options. Okay, we have learned modify. We have learned delete. Delete we didn't learn. We are going to learn add. And you can clone connection to get what complete property of one connection to another connection. There are so many things. Okay, now I'll just say like delete. Reload also used. Reload also can be used. Instead, you can just go for like networking off, networking. That's enough. Connection delete. Connection name is test. Test is deleted. Check connection show. Test is deleted. Okay. So like I'll tell you, there are so many important commands in Linux which I didn't teach. Cut command. Possibly you have to try. AWK command, O command, should try. A CD command, should try. Sort command, okay, should try. Insert command. Okay, these are WC command. This all will help you a lot when you are writing shell script. So there is separate course for shell script. That is what I like separate course is available. Understand, there is separate course for shell script. Normally I'm taking, it's my personal, not red tie. Okay, if anybody need complete shell script, we have only introduction to shell scripting in our syllabus. But if anybody need complete shell scripting later in the future, you can ask me. Okay, in that, if you want to learn complete shell scripting, you need all of these commands. These are very important. Like, there are so many commands which I didn't teach. I didn't teach head command. Simple, these are, okay, tail command. Okay, and there is more command. There is less command. There are so many commands. These are not really in our syllabus. That's the reason I didn't touch. But you try to understand. If you learn all of this command, it will really help you a lot in shell scripting. If you want to be a perfect system administrator, you must know all of this command really. But I don't know why they didn't add in. Okay, syllabus, that is different question. Understand? There are so many commands like this. Again, there are many. Okay. So that's all. We will meet tomorrow. Tomorrow, first 20 minutes, we will discuss NMCLI. After that, we will move to, I just want to introduce the configuration file of, networking. After that, we will move to IP version 6. That is just introduction. Okay, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, IP version 6. And I'll show you how do we assign IP version 6 address. Then we will finish with our networking concept. Most probably, we will finish tomorrow. Networking will be completed tomorrow because we have 1.5 hours tomorrow. Okay. So that's all. We'll meet again tomorrow. I have one boot camp now. That's all. Thanks to all. We'll meet tomorrow. Bye. Welcome.